Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Go on, Mark.
Okay, so hi, everyone. We are Art Matters New York. We're here again. First show in the new year, 2025. We're happy to be here. And we're here with all of our special group. Marie, Barbara, Leslie, Marcia, Phyllis. Hello, everyone. Did you all have a nice New Year's?
Yes.
Celebrations?
Yes. Quiet but lovely.
I noticed that people were pretty upbeat about, for some reason, I don't know, it was a very nice holiday. Generally, did you experience the same?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
I think so.
Yeah.
Not sure.
So anyway, we have a lot of submissions today by our own artists, our own group. So I think we should just get right into it.
Right.
All right. So let me do this again.
I think Marcia sent something. Mary
Yeah, I sent a couple of
Leslie.
things.
and
Yeah.
Leslie. Yeah, that's good.
I did too.
And and Phyllis.
Yeah, we have a lot. We have a bunch.
Okay, so we start with which one?
Marie did too.
Here we go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do
I'm
this.
the only one who didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's that?
But
Did you? Oh,
Oh,
wow.
oh my goodness
that.
gracious. Oh,
Phyllis, is that you?
Yeah. Gorgeous.
oh, I love it. Stunning.
Oh,
Wow.
Stunning. Yeah, a little
Oh
bit.
my gosh, look at that.
That's
Wow.
really pretty.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
oh, I do too. Jeez.
Wow.
Copy that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Beautiful color.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the range of blues from the aquamarine in the upper left.
Oh,
into-
did I get a most beautiful aquamarine yesterday?
Yes.
Jerry had a 30% sale and I went wild.
Oh,
Who had a 30% sale?
Jerry's here out in down
Oh,
here.
I just got a gift certificate from them. Yes.
Good.
mm.
Oh, how nice. The Daniel Smith watercolors?
I'm sorry.
The Daniel Smith watercolors?
Yes, they had that, and I bought loads of other stuff. It was a bonanza. It was really great.
I love the intensity of the strokes.
Mm.
And I love how you combined it with the different strong and then light colors behind it. It has so much depth and
It
interest.
does.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
How big is this, Phyllis?
This is 10 or no, maybe 11 by 14.
That's a decent size
Right.
watercolor.
Mm.
Excuse me?
That is a very decent size for watercolor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's, I can't work much larger because it's harder.
It's very hard to do anything more than a 5x6. It gets away from you. Watercolor is so hard.
What strikes me
Oh, no,
here
that's
is
not the reason. The reason is I'm physically and
Mm.
challenged, as you might say. No, I could work on any size, I guess.
You mean by the space you have or by your own physicality?
Everything. This stage in my life, I can't do big stuff. That's all.
I understand that, Phyllis. I can relate to that too. Yeah.
so what I'm
So
really
you work within your limitations, and that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Hans?
Phyllis.
You're doing it well.
Yeah.
Hans, what were you saying?
Yeah, it strikes me that this piece has something visionary
Oh,
to me, something monumental,
Oh, nice.
which I think it's very interesting. That's that monumental things don't
Yeah.
have to be big in size.
Right.
It has to do with something else. And this is
Absolutely.
a very
Yeah.
a wonderful example of a great piece, which it's a very powerful, great piece.
I agree with you.
I agree. Nicely said too, Hans.
yeah.
Thank you, Hans.
I just said it
That
was
means a lot to me. Thank you.
beautiful.
It's quite lovely, Phyllis.
Very
You know,
lovely.
it reminds me, what you just said, Hans, reminds me of something that I saw recently, which was a Hercules Seghers, Hercules Seghers,
Okay.
right? I think he was Dutch, right? The Dutch artist who did very, very small works. I mean,
Oh,
this, tiny, this big,
uh-huh.
Yes.
and very, very deep, very rich, very primordial and timeless.
And what's the name of the artist?
It's spelled Hercules, which is how we would pronounce it in English. Seghers, Seghers.
Yes. Okay. Dutch.
Hmm.
Watercolor?
They were watercolor primarily, but he utilized a lot of different techniques to achieve very, very interesting, unique effects and results. So yeah, he's definitely worth checking out.
Will do.
If I had, I mean, I have photos of his work, but finding it would be very difficult right now.
This is
Maybe
quite,
next
this is
week.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so let's move on here.
Oh, gosh.
I like this bigger brush, I feel, that you're working with.
Mark, I work with all sizes.
Yeah, I know that, but is there,
Oh, you mean you can see it here?
I'm feeling, like a wider, slightly wide, you're using a wider brush just as
Sometimes
is.
it's very common in watercolor to pick up color either with a tissue or a rag or another brush.
Yeah,
So that's
right.
what you're seeing. And sometimes I use my finger.
Yeah.
Why
But I
not?
like the units of the strokes, that specific size, the repetition of that size. I
Yeah.
think it adds to a certain kind of pattern making,
Yes.
Yeah.
a directness where you see the actual mark. And I like that.
I like the way you said that. That's, the pattern making with the size of the brush.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the unit of,
I like that squiggle on the bottom.
yeah.
Is this a one color green, or did you tone it down, or did you use other colors?
This is one color green.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It looks like a
sap
toned green.
It's the undersea green that I love.
Oh, that's the one.
Yep.
Undersea.
Yep.
Undersea green.
It's the color of seaweed.
I love that color also. I often find that green is much too bright.
Yeah.
I always have to
Right.
tone down my greens.
Yeah.
I actually gave one away last night. It was primarily green and blue, but I used green and it was wonderful. It really is.
Give it this way next time you're of the charitable mood.
Well, this holidays, what do you bring people? You just
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
For
I think
me,
that this is beautiful too, because did I interrupt somebody? I'm sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead. I want
No,
to say,
I think that this is beautifully done also, and I agree with what Mark's saying, is that the shapes and the marks that you're making are, I think, a little bit larger than usual. If I am thinking about it correctly. And it's so masterfully done that, I mean, I don't really even see it as green because I'm not a colorist like you guys. I think it's, I would have said it was like a gray, but it doesn't really matter.
Well, those colors are within the tube of paint. They range from very dark,
Dark too.
almost black green, and then it gets into the grays, and you can see a little bit of yellow in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying it, I don't think that the color here, I could be wrong, but I don't think it matters. I think that the painting itself, the composition, the marks, the strokes you're making are so well done that it's just absolutely beautiful.
They're great. This one is particularly lovely, and so was the previous one. I love that squiggle on the bottom.
for me, the piece flips between beauty and abyss. For me, it's a memento mori in a way. You know, I see a head, destroyed head, or
I see
you know,
that.
almost. I don't know, Jesus on the cross, or I don't know what.
Oh, goodness.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like a.
Wait a minute, I want it. Where's the Jesus?
No,
Where's
it's
the
only his
cross?
head, you know.
Is it the feeling of Jesus?
No, I see this. I see teeth, a nose, two eyes. I see. You know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It flips back and forth between beauty and the abyss. You know, of being. You know, it's.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's interesting.
I particularly like what watercolor does on the upper right-hand corner where it just disappears.
Yes,
It's
it's
fabulous.
ephemeral.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that quality of watercolor.
Yeah.
This looks like a bouquet of flowers to me a little bit. I don't know.
You see so different things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. This is like the first one, you know.
Yeah, that's really nice. I like the colors of this one.
That has blue in it, you know.
It looks very, Phyllis, it looks very coherent. It looks like it just came out as a single piece. But knowing you, I know that you work into it and it might have multiple layers. Am I correct or not?
These, not this, no. These went so fast, you know.
So this did go fast.
Yeah,
This
just
was,
like
yeah.
10 minutes and it was done.
Okay.
And then I look at it and I say, it can't be done. How could you do it in 10 minutes? And I remember what Hans said, leave it alone. So I put it in the drawer and I leave it alone. And then I look at it later and maybe there's something to it.
Yeah, I think there is. Sure.
You know, it's funny you should say that, Phyllis, because I found some old pieces of mine from months or years ago. And if I still like it, I'll keep it. Otherwise, I rip them up.
Yeah.
I mean, I just have to get rid of some of my stuff. And if you like it, after you put it away for a while, then it's good enough.
Right. No, Phyllis, this is also kind of a new palette in a way. You know, it's it really. I love the color
for about a month or so.
because you know there was a period when you were there were a lot of reds and oranges,
Yes,
yellow.
I agree with you. Yes, yes.
So this is, and I love the you know, almost these violets to the aquamarine to the blue. I mean, excuse me, to the green. I like the way these colors are working on that.
Actually, you're right. This has amethyst in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it, Phyllis? What's the name of the blue?
Charlotte just sent it to me for Christmas. Amethyst blue. I'm sorry, amethyst genuine.
Oh, really?
It's
I think
actually
that-
it's ground from amethyst itself.
Oh, you're
Really?
right.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
They're
like
very
a fortune.
expensive.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
This reminds me of the Chinese artist that does gunpowder that I saw at the Guggenheim, and his name is Cai
yeah.
Guo-Qiang. Does anybody know who I mean? He uses
I've
I've seen his
I've
work.
seen- I've
Yeah,
seen-
gunpowder, there's like an explosive
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
this, which I love.
To me, this has a landscape feel and just very, it's very restrained. I love it. It's got layers. There's depth. It's just a lovely piece.
Absolutely.
Do you do wet into wet, Phyllis?
Sometimes
Oh,
God, I love this piece.
Mm-hmm.
this is it felt differently. It looks
yeah.
different, something about it,
It's gorgeous.
but I think it works. At
Oh,
least
yeah.
I wanted your input on it.
I love this. Was that like an afterthought? Was that or was
No,
that always?
I said to myself, Mark will love this. Honestly, I'm not kidding you.
You're right. I do love it. It's great. It looks so spontaneous, like exactly the right thing.
That's what it was. This
Like a
maybe
real-
was
like a coup de grace.
Yes. Coup de grande.
That purple is unbelievable in this one. It's so rich and
Oh gosh,
I
yeah.
love it. Just tremendous.
Yeah. Yeah. It's totally confident.
Yep. Yeah.
Totally confident. Yeah.
Very good, yeah.
Beautiful, Phyllis. It really is beautiful. This is a gorgeous piece.
Thank you. I appreciate your looking at them, and your input is great. Makes me feel confident. Thank you.
Well, it
Beautiful
looks as though it was done with a confident hand.
I guess so.
Well, watercolor gets away from you, and it could be approached differently by the more timid among us. This is gorgeous and very confidently and strongly done. The colors are super. Good on you, kid.
But it takes years to get.
Yeah.
I know,
Well,
Phyllis.
but
I know. I don't have that kind of time left. I know that. It just scares the hell out of me.
Sweetheart, we just keep going.
Yeah. So what should I take on my trip? Should I take watercolor pencils that are lighter weight, or should I take watercolor tubes? Because I can't take oil.
Take a camera with you.
Yeah, will do.
And maybe some drawing stuff that goes quickly.
No,
That's what I'm looking for.
it's got to be color. This is beautiful, just beautiful.
I love how you're just immersed 100% in abstract visual language. It's like there's just a complete communion with the elements, with your materials and the language, and it just exists as an abstract visual experience. It doesn't have to be deconstructed or reduced to anything, to experience it.
Are you speaking of this one in particular, or
Yes.
all of them?
Of all of them, and Phyllis's approach in the way she works, when she's in the zone, as it were.
Yeah.
But this one in particular as well.
Masterful, just masterful. Yes, it's so well said what you just said. Her approach is confident, and as she said, he's been doing it for years, but
she's there,
he's there.
She's there.
Yeah.
She's
absolutely there.
I guess it's just knowing, you have to know certain things, which is you have to know, how to get light and dark and
right.
stress and all that stuff and balances.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make a painting, I don't think.
Right.
Painting comes from someplace else, but you must know all that,
Well, you're right, Phyllis. Painting does come from someplace else. And I think, too, it's been years of experimentation for you and working hard.
Yeah.
And but Mark said it so beautifully. Can't add to that.
Is this?
That's
this?
mine.
What's this?
That's the drawing.
Oh,
Love it. It's great.
Mm.
Interesting.
I love that as well. I love drawings like that where they're just spontaneous and you have this such a beautiful variation of line, like the thin squiggly, and then you have these heavy straight lines, and it somehow all works together.
yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of paper is that, Phyllis?
Oh, yes, that's a lovely paper. I came on it by chance at Amazon. It's recycled clothing, 100% cotton, and it's really lovely. And I showed you the decollage. That's what I wanted to show you.
Yes, I love that decollage.
Yeah.
And Leslie showed me how to do a decollage. She rekindles an experience I had many years ago. I mean, this is probably a more beautiful one that one can do by hand, by oneself. But the decollage is gorgeous.
How do you do a decollage? What do you do, Leslie?
You take really good paper. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leslie.
No, it's okay. It's kind of the way that you tear the paper. What I do with my good paper is I fold it where I want to tear it, and I fold it back and forth like 4 to 6 times so that I'm breaking the fibers a little bit.
Yeah.
If the paper's particularly thick or stiff, you might have to like spritz it a little bit, unless it's thin. And then I take a heavy straight edge and I tear it. But the trick to tearing it smoothly is not to tear it straight, but when I tear it, I pull it out as I tear it.
Oh, yeah.
So that keeps it from being inconsistent. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's just my experience. I don't know if that's wrong. That's just what, has worked for me. That's all. It's not a formal thing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
I like this very much.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well,
I have to say, well, maybe not. I was going to say, like, it's interesting where it is on the page,
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like it. I love drawings like this.
Me too.
Could you turn it upside down,
Sure.
please?
Okay, hold on.
No, it looks better the other way. That's cool too.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that does.
See, with these, I was drawing the wind, so that might even be better.
I think this works. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
terrific.
Yeah.
I think that works fine.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Another.
That's the last one.
Oh, look
this is colored. This is the same paper, but it has a
wash.
Yeah. I didn't make it. Comes that way.
What do you mean it comes that way?
It's colored paper.
Oh.
It's like aged
colored.
It looks like a coffee or tea stain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it looks antique, the paper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even looks didn't get the edges. They look a little burnt.
Yeah.
I didn't take a very good picture. I just flopped it, but it's interesting paper.
Great drawing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I like this
really
drawing.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you drawing with? What is the implement?
They're all pencils, Barbara, you know, all different.
Different,
Yeah, I'm keeping away from the hard ones because you can't see them at all.
yeah,
I'm going from different gradations in the B
yeah.
pen.
A colored pencil though, because it's
No, it's black. This is a
It's
this is
just-
a hammer, you know.
okay.
It might be interesting to do brown on the antique paper, just to see, almost like an
A
etching.
sepia ink.
Yeah, like a sepia, you know, these old photographs that Ache did, ATGET. They are just so wonderful. They're also in sepia paper, but they were photographs and they were just stunning.
Photographs are beautiful, aren't they?
Yes,
I
yes.
love them.
Very ethereal.
I see figures in this,
Yeah.
like a row of figures
Yeah, I
here.
do too.
And then this looks, I don't know, like another figure in the foreground holding up something. I don't know. It's definitely figurative.
I have a feeling of southern France here.
Oh, yeah.
Of what?
Southern
Bravo.
France.
Oh,
Yes, I see a cypress in the cypress, you know, the
Yeah, oh, yeah.
half of a cypress thing, or I don't know, you know.
And I see a Nancy Grossman leather head with the two
Hey.
horns.
oh.
I like
God, she's taken over my life.
I see a figure right in the middle of it.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice, Phyllis.
That's
Very
a
nice indeed.
That's a nice drawing.
Ooh,
Can we transition
Ooh.
to this?
Great.
Oh, boy.
ooh, beautiful.
Wait,
Beautiful.
This.
Very nice.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Is this a horizontal like this, Marie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very successful, Marie.
I think that's one of my favorite paintings I've ever seen from you. I love this painting.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
totally
this is
wonderful.
cool.
That's really a fun painting.
That's
Yeah.
a great painting. Oh, man.
Marie, you got the grid. That's
Yep.
mhm.
And don't touch this.
I love the color, Marie.
Well,
What does it say down at the bottom here?
Yeah.
this is somebody wanted this painting, but I originally had it vertical.
Okay.
But they only had space for horizontal, not vertical. But I think it works okay this way, but
What's the name?
oh, that's my name. I signed it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah.
I've never seen you sign anything.
Well, I don't really yeah. Well, it's framed.
I see Monet in the top of the painting.
Oh, yeah.
A little strip there. Looks like diversion, you know.
Yeah.
Giverny.
Giverny. That's right.
You know,
Yeah,
I
I was
love,
just going to say Chaverny. Yes.
Yes.
I love this white thing coming out from the edge.
Yeah.
I like how you used white in this one very much.
Yes.
Very, you know, used very discreetly. And
Good. Yeah.
That was one of the first
Yeah.
things I noticed about it was the white, how the white was used.
yeah, the white is great. the way it
And the
works.
white on the left hand, on the corner of, you know, the left hand corner. Boy, that's powerful.
Here?
Yeah.
This one?
It's small but powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'd like to hear what Hans thinks.
I was just going to say, did Hans give you permission to use white?
No, this is a good example how to use it.
Oh, shoot.
Good.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
I was nervous.
This is a great painting, Marie.
Very lovely.
I would like to see this vertically, the way you intended it originally.
It was, if you do it, tilt it one time.
180. Yeah. There we go.
Oh,
No, it wasn't this way. It was.
I
Oh,
do
it wasn't this way?
No?
Yeah.
it was-
This
Should
is
be
The other way?
There it is.
I
think
like it better
Look
the
at that.
vertical way.
I like it vertical better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vertical,
I
the first,
painted it this way,
Yeah.
but
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Look at that. I mean, it just is so complex, and
Yes.
yet it is organized. It's not overly, it's
it's terrific,
It is. It is.
terrific, just terrific.
That's a beautiful painting.
Whoops.
Yes.
The first way you showed it vertically in the first iteration was absolutely perfect.
There we
oh,
I
whatever.
think it works.
there it is.
Yep,
That's perfect.
man, that is a great painting, Marie. Do not touch
Hey,
it.
that's so neat.
I like it horizontal.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I
like
think,
that.
yeah, I think it works okay either way, but
Either
agree.
way, yeah.
you know,
Somehow
she's
our
the
purpose-
client. And
For our
It's more powerful vertically.
yeah, I
It
like it
is.
better vertically too, but
Yeah,
what
yeah.
can you say? What can you say?
Also,
Hey, listen, the customer is always right, even when they're not.
right. That's right.
but I have to say, I like it horizontally.
Me
baby.
too. Me too. Yeah, I'm with you, Hans. I'm on team horizontal.
I tell you why. You
Okay,
know, when-
wait, does it have to do with the white?
No, it is powerful also like this way. But here I have more a feeling it's like going through the streets of New York.
Yes, yes, it does.
Oh,
For me,
Yeah.
horizontal, it's more abstract. And here it becomes like this a figure walking down the
Oh.
Broadway, or I don't know.
Yeah.
where.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit, it
Oh, you're
becomes,
right. Yeah.
so I'm against, I'm for the horizontal.
I'm team horizontal all the way. I think I really like the abstractness of it horizontally.
it's South Florida's answer to Broadway Boogie Woogie.
I just want to say that, Marie, I think this is your most successful
Exactly,
use of color.
Yeah.
You really are using a broad range of color. It's more composed. It makes sense. You know, the different hues, the different blues, the way they mix at the top. I just think it's your most confident use of color.
It is.
Damn, I should tell her she can't have it.
Yeah.
You should actually.
Either that or double the price.
Could I have it if she doesn't take it? Could I?
Oh, you're a sweetie.
I think that Marie, you really got the grid and the variation of the grid. This is a very well organized painting.
Yes.
All of a sudden you threw in the whites and they sort of jerked it a little, which you needed. I think it's fabulous.
It's a fabulous painting.
Yeah.
Speaking of the grid, when I was going through the Grossman collages and paintings that she did, she had been using a grid. And it just dawned on me the other day about this grid. And now I've got this grid in my head, and I'm going to try to do something with a grid. But I could never.
At all, it'll teach you. Use it.
Yeah. The collages take a great deal of time.
Yeah.
This is very
Great deal.
collage looking.
Yeah, you're always looking and second guessing yourself. And this is.
I would also argue something we never talked about, the signature.
Yes.
The signature doesn't fit that painting.
No, it
I
doesn't.
agree with you, Hans.
It doesn't.
So
You're right.
I'm gonna third
to
and
find
fourth.
out something. Let's say just a short like MAK for Mary Adler-Kravecas.
Yeah.
Or you know to fit the whole power of that thing, because this looks like you signed I don't know, a contract.
Oh, maybe it's like I'm one of the Declaration of Independence people.
Ah, yes.
But you know what? It's also a carryover from the 50s. In the and the first really large abstract paintings in the abstract expressionist movement, and artists were still signing their names as if it was a painting done in 1920 or 1930 or
But you
whatever,
guys don't.
when that was more conventional.
Yeah.
And, and then they just dropped the signatures altogether.
Yeah.
So you sign it on the back?
Yes, yes.
But
Karen O'Neill, when she did her paintings and they were still wet, she would put K-O-N in a very unobtrusive spot.
Right. You can do that
canvas.
too.
Yeah.
You know,
you can do that too.
I agree that the signature takes away from the painting.
Yeah, because
Not if it was Picasso.
yeah, but that's
what I'm talking about. That's the 20s, 30s, 40s.
Okay, so just come up. I could just sign it in the back, which is simpler.
Yeah.
Sure.
But nobody signs anything in the front?
Not anymore. They
No.
haven't in about,
I mean,
50
you know what?
years.
You could break with tradition, do
You
whatever.
can do whatever you want, obviously.
No,
Yeah.
yes.
But it does, because it's obtrusive, it
This-
does take away from the painting. Because you notice it right away.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
I mean,
Robert
I think
Ryman.
Matisse, everyone did in the front, Matisse, everyone had his name in front.
Yeah, it was a convention. It was a convention.
But it was always integrated, had more integrated feeling. This is like, that your thing has to be bigger, that you can read Adler, for instance, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or you have to figure out how you did. Now you have to find a way that.
Right. That's right.
That's your way. You have to find out.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna say.
It's
Oh,
a very,
It's not just with this painting, it's like with other paintings.
No, that's a good challenge. It's a good challenge for.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm.
Yeah. I mean, I know I put it on the white. I could have put it on the blue.
Right, exactly.
Which
You can maybe with white on blue,
Yeah.
it has to fit. You have to maybe test. Does that work?
Gotcha. Okay, that's a very good. That's
it's something we never did discuss.
Right.
Signature, yeah.
ooh, nice. This has to be.
Was
that's
that
Marcia.
conversation over? I flipped to this. I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation.
No, it was perfectly timed.
I think the signature, listen, it's on the real estate, of the painting.
Yeah.
It has to be considered. That's the only point.
Gotcha.
It means something. It has history, and it has to be considered just like everything else.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Turn it
I
the other
like
way,
it.
please. Turn it so the red is on the top right, please.
On the top right. Okay.
Yes,
If I can
please.
flip it.
Oh,
I have to see if I can do that kind of flip with this thing. Hold on.
Very cool, Marcia.
yeah.
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
You did it with the other one.
You want me to flip it like it's a mirror image?
That's it. Stop.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Ah.
No, what was it? I don't, you know what? Now I don't even remember which way.
Doesn't matter. Whoops.
No, it doesn't.
Sorry. I don't.
I like it the other way around.
Yeah, I do too. I do
Go
too.
ahead. So do it. Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful. It's perfect.
I
Yeah.
like what you did to this, Marcia. You made it so successful.
This is perfect.
Oh, Leslie, was this what you guys were working on?
Yeah, I kind of ruined it. And then I brought the extra papers that I let dry, figuring I would patchka with it at home. And I did.
It's very cool.
I think it's a great piece.
I do
Marcia.
too. It has a lot
Very,
of
very effective.
interest and dimension.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, it has no signature, but I guess you can add that.
Oh, put it on the back.
Maybe you can add it, Marie.
No problem.
So
I love
Marcia, you
the
added-
marks.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I love the marks. I love how these marks extend from this triangular shape.
Oh.
I like all the marks. Are those drawn or are those somehow come out of the process? How did those happen?
The yellow
No.
back. Well, let me just chronologically tell you. The yellow back with the red corrugated shapes happened a couple of years ago. And I put it aside. It wasn't finished. I didn't know what else to do with it. So I tried it on when I was at Leslie's. I brought it with me, figuring, I'll stamp something or put it through a presser. But I didn't like what I saw. So I saved the papers that I used, and then I collaged it yesterday, the day before. And
the black, you still haven't answered my question.
I'm sorry.
Black lines, how did they happen?
Black lines?
Blue lines, whatever that dark
that
line
happened with a stamp of a piece of plastic from markers.
Okay.
It's stamped.
So it's not drawn on with your
No.
Got it. Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because I like those a lot. I think they work really well.
You know what I also like are the white marks, like on the top. Exactly. I love those.
Yeah.
See,
interesting, and I like how you added the papers above that to give it a lot more dimension. It's really interesting. It's such a good sense of composition.
It's a very nice, beautiful.
And we know you're a colorist.
The color is very pleasing.
Yeah.
Boy, Marcia, that's like amazing, because I saw it without the blue pieces of paper and it really worked out well.
So different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I blobbed it at your studio and I was not happy with it. So I said, let me try to see if I can save this.
I think you did a great job.
I like this.
Very successful.
Thank you.
The surrealistic configuration of this brown shapes there, which have they are all very, very great.
They came, they're kind of scary, but I liked it.
Yes,
I just liked it.
I agree.
Like scary movie.
I don't know why this reminds me of like an Indian, like American Indian kind of, like with the claw, like bear claw. I don't know. There's something native about this that kind of like subconsciously.
A Native American Jew from Czechoslovakia. Yeah. Well,
nobody, you're very unique. So that's true.
To me, this is very modern. It comes out of Cubism, comes out of chance in a way. Comes out of Kurt Schwitter's, which is another early 20th century, concern of collage, of torn paper, and just using the elements, as they, what they are, right? It's just a torn piece of paper. But so it has a humbleness. It somehow fits very much into that period.
But in this blue triangle, I see even a Mark Safan.
Yeah, I do too.
Anybody
look like the cyanotypes, which
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's definitely atmosphere in here.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
and the torn edges, the torn.
Yeah, I love the torn edge.
The physical material itself. That's what the torn edges are all about.
Yeah.
Material. Very nice. It's a very nice piece.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's interesting.
This is fun, Marcia. Very nice.
Thank you.
Marcia.
Here.
Just using these patterns, the crosswords, the text, using it for what it is, the dot pattern, in this piece, the obvious, dot pattern.
Oh, yeah.
It's just using them for what they are without changing them, just utilizing them is great, is really bold. And very sophisticated.
Yeah.
The only thing which I think is maybe the lower part there, the last piece. For me, that's not.
I like it.
That's not. Yeah.
The text on the bottom, Hans?
Yes.
I like it because it's vertical, you know, because I mean, at least the text itself is not horizontal, it's vertical.
Yeah,
and I think it has a nice thing.
Yeah, but suddenly, you know, you have this perspective, and then suddenly it's like I don't know.
Turn it around, please.
I have a little bit of problem with that end piece.
No.
No.
I think it works. I'm sorry. Because, you know, even the way this branch thing is in front of it,
Yeah.
you know, pushes it back a little.
Yeah. No, you should definitely leave it like that.
Yeah.
This almost looks like a computer screen in the center there. So this sort of gives it the look of like an office that's been hit by a tornado.
That's funny.
Right. Yeah.
My
funny.
brain was hit by a tornado.
It reminds me a little, I don't know if you're familiar with the illustrations, the graphics, I guess I should say, of Ad Reinhardt, the painter.
I know the name, but no.
You know Ad Reinhardt, he did
I
black paint.
know the black painting.
Yeah. Well, he did a lot of quirky illustrations this in black and white and very graphic. And I believe they even had meaning they had, you know, like a narrative or a subtext, very specific. You have to, you know, if I can find them, I'll show them to you. But it reminds me of that period.
Yeah.
The way of thinking, of organizing. I don't know. Let me see if I can find any.
You know, Marcia, it's interesting because this is like sort of very unexpected, and that's what I like about it. I kind of almost want to see you take it further and like add, like kind of do some handwork, adding to the shapes, or you know, like things are very like cut up and like square. I kind of want to see something flow over some of these things. I don't know. It's just like
I feel
like a freedom, more freedom to it. I think it's super interesting.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
You know, there's always a fear of overworking it, and I feel that the upper right hand area, now that I see it again, is overcrowded. I want to leave more white.
I think though, I think like it might, I mean, it's fine. I like it just how it is. I'm just saying, like, I can picture integrating it a little bit like these, like this floor looking piece with the flowy ink look, like seeing that move through it. I don't know.
Well, maybe I'll do another one that has perhaps the same. This is the one that you said it was okay, but I rejected it.
Well, this is the one with the blue in it.
So I cut it up and try to do something with it. This took me hours to do.
Yeah.
I bet.
Hours.
So this, part of this is a printmaking process?
No.
Okay.
No. It has pieces that have been printed with solar plates.
Okay.
Solar plates, and there's just black and white.
I remember those pieces.
Right?
Remember them, yeah.
They were in Mark's class.
This was from Trieste, right?
We were, we were in Mark Cohen's class. He showed up the piece. Oh, an abstract.
Oh, that's great.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so that's Ad Reinhardt, believe it or not. This
Wow.
this pencil, the blue thing wouldn't have been there. That was just on the screen.
Oh, okay.
I love this. It's
It
awesome.
is
What
great.
it says, an abstract painting will react to you if you react to it. You get from it what you bring to it. It will meet halfway, but no further. It is alive if you are. Something, and so do you. You, sir, are a space too.
Yep.
That's great.
So that's sort of what it reminds me of. This was just one example that I just saw, but there's he did tons of these.
That could have been our quiz.
Oh,
Never guessed.
We spoiled it already. Oh,
Oh, sorry. Okay.
don't worry.
Who would have guessed that?
oh, I never would have gotten that.
But do you see the connection?
Yes. Well, I remember a professor saying to me, modern art is not for everyone. He meant abstract art. It's only for those people who want to take it for what it's worth and bring to it what you bring.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, is like a riddle in a way. But I think the more you look at abstract art, perhaps the more you can appreciate the depth of it. But it has to speak to your Zorch. It has to, all of a sudden you gasp.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain that. You just get it. But this is after years of looking or years of working, as Phyllis says.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts when you were making this, Marcia?
I thought about depth, and I thought about, again, Nancy Grossman of the written word.
Ah.
She's into my head.
Oh.
I think that this to me is like what Mark was saying before, that it's a really interesting mark making, that it's, I think if you look at this and you dive into each piece and you dissect it, to me, it's not as interesting. But the way that you compose this, I think is just really fabulous.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of doing an exercise in depth.
Yeah. But I like how you took different marks from different places and put them all together. And I think it's like the thing that I like the most about this are the arches, because I think that kind of gives the most depth. But I think that the crossword puzzle and all the other pieces that you put together is very done.
It's really, really fun. It's very graphic.
It's really
very integrated. I'm sorry, say what?
It slices. Marcia does this all the time. She actually slices space, and you can see it in the way the arches move.
Yeah.
And the black piece under it.
Yeah.
Solid black.
The computer.
It's just like and the black piece digs into the space.
Yeah.
The arches move away. I love the way she does it.
It's like architecture, really.
Yeah. It's really integrated. This whole
Very
thing is so integrated.
And
very architectural, I agree.
Yeah. And what I was saying before is I don't think that the actual individual piece is as important as the gestalt, as the whole of what you're doing. It just doesn't matter. What's interesting is how you marry all this together.
This is amazing, Marcia. I really think
it's
an interesting piece.
It's just, I can't believe how long it takes.
I bet.
To do a pleasing whole.
Absolutely.
And then, the test of time is that you put it away, 6 months later, you still like it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Very, very nice.
Great. Yeah, thank you. Marcia.
Really, very, very good, Marcia.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Wow. Yep. It's a wow.
All right, Barbara, where's your stuff, Barbara?
Again,
not here.
Again,
it's
with
upstairs.
Wait, doesn't Leslie have stuff?
Yes, it's coming.
Oh, that's not, I didn't mean to send that to you, so you can skip that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Things. Oh,
Oh,
my.
this
Oh, I
is
love it, Leslie.
Oh,
That's gorgeous.
oh,
The depth of this is extraordinary.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Ah.
I think it's a little overdone.
No,
Nice.
No,
No, it's just right.
it's perfect.
No, it's
Mm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
Right.
fabulous. I love the
Mhm.
intensity up front. And then I love how you draw us in to this
Mhm.
landscape. And it's so well done. I feel like I'm in Lake Placid. Not that I've been there, but you know, it's just fabulous. It really well done.
The tiny light that comes across
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Isn't that
mountain.
wonderful?
Just
yeah.
a bit of light. It's really lovely.
In the top middle, in the left middle, in the bottom right. Oh, it's
But it's most effective there, I think,
where?
on that far mountain or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Sierra
great.
Nevada.
fabulous.
I'm trying to resist from like putting darkness on the very top of it, but
Oh,
What do
Don't
you-
touch it.
Leslie, what do you mean?
like in the sky on the very top, I think it needs like just a touch of darkness to tie the top part of the painting to the rest of it.
Yeah, I
But
don't think so.
No,
no, no,
no,
I agree.
don't touch
No,
it.
No.
okay.
no.
I
It's
mean,
really nice, the difference in tone from the sky to the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
you know what I also love that not the one on the right, but the one to the left of it, the dark branch has a lot of different tones to it.
Yeah.
And then how you push all of that back, you know, with
Mhm.
very mid-tone and then light tones. I think it's really
That's beautiful painting in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
Gorgeous.
works very well. It's great.
really, really
Thank
nice.
you. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Now, this is
Oh, this is
when I was with Marcia, and I was really terribly unsuccessful that session because like I just wasn't, my head was not in the right place. And then at the very end of the day, right before Marcia left, I just took this scrap and printed on it and rolled on it, and I thought it was okay.
Which way does
Yeah.
it go? Was it
It was horizontal.
like
The other-
this?
I
the other
prefer it vertically.
The other way.
The other way, horizontal.
Yeah, that's the way that I was
I
looking.
like it. That's the
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah, this is good.
But how big is this?
It's small. It's a little like 5x8 thing.
Oh, like a
Something like that. Like a
No, it was bigger than that, but not much. It was 9 by 12, 9 by 11, something like that. Very lovely.
I think that this takes into account also your strength of being, you know, so many years of being a phenomenal graphic artist.
Yeah.
That, you know, this is
You can see that.
also a great strength of yours that you can put these graphics together so well.
Yeah.
This area in the, you know, it's sort of a square and it looks like it's in its own space. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
The
I
whole
mean,
thing,
I
Which-
don't
you know what
I
I mean?
don't love the dark.
Leslie?
I don't love the symmetry of the two pieces up on top and in the bottom, but I like the idea of this.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
this could go somewhere,
beautiful.
Leslie. I think you can definitely play with this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I got out of that day when Marcia
Yeah.
was here, is I felt like that day was kind of like, other than the company and the idea to do this with a friend, I felt like it was a waste of a day. And then at the very end of the day when I did this, I was like, okay, now there's something I can actually like think about, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But don't forget the good coffee too.
Yeah, I made lots of good coffee.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh, goodness, look at this.
look
Yeah.
like an animal in flight.
Is this pastels?
No, this is actually Liquitex acrylic ink. It's really cool stuff. I really enjoy it because it's a little bit, it's got a little bit more body than ink.
Uh-huh.
can get you can get those soft, you can get the softness, and you can also get like little opaque spots. So I really love that ink. And we're very involved with Liquitex in the studio. Like we know, we're very involved with that company in the studio. They actually sponsor a residency in our studio. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, they're always giving us stuff to try. And
oh, that's great.
Oh,
That's on black paper.
it is. It's on black paper.
yeah.
How black is that paper actually?
Very black.
Okay, because I don't see it as.
Or charcoal.
Yeah, the picture's not showing it how black it is. It's pretty black. It's black.
Because I was going to say the only thing that that I had an issue with was the sort of washed out, black, the washed out brightness,
That's
which
just
didn't
my
quite
poor
work for me.
That's my poor photography.
Yeah, good. Okay, I'm glad to know that.
Yeah, it's really black paper.
Yeah.
As black as you're going to get, pretty much.
Is it anywhere near where you are, Leslie, or is it in the studio?
No, this I actually did in my house.
Do you have it close by that you could show us in the photograph?
I do. If you'd like me to, I can.
I would appreciate that if you could get it
Okay.
after we discuss the rest of your stuff.
It'll take me 1 second. It's right here.
What I really like about this painting, I like the bubbles on the right to the middle side. I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think those are really interesting.
It looks like a running animal,
Like a
Yeah,
deer.
it does, yeah.
a gazelle, something.
Yeah, but I love that part.
Or a stop action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I have it in front of me, but let's wait till we're finished so that Mark doesn't have to take down his.
Okay.
I don't know if you could see
You know
it.
what? I'm going to put you on, see if I can do this. If I pin her, will she-
Right. Yeah, try it. Yeah.
Leslie, where are you?
Pardon me.
Up here. Well,
Where?
I don't know where you are on my. Well, I
Oh,
don't.
there you are.
Try
Okay.
to pin her and see.
I don't know how to make you, let's see, spotlight. How about
Maybe.
spotlight? No.
I think what you have to do is maybe
You might have to share screen or something. I don't know.
Allow to put.
yeah, I don't know if it works. Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know.
I don't know if you could do it without sharing the screen.
Why don't we just see the rest of it?
Yeah, it's difficult.
Well, if you want, go to the rest and then you can take me off and I'll show it.
Okay.
Wow.
I'd rather do it
that.
while we're talking about it, but
Okay. Well, you can do that. Then just share the screen maybe or something.
I think there's a way that if
On the
someone's
bottom.
talking, then you only see them.
La 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 la.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it's.
Okay, never mind. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So for me, it has a bit the bacon feeling.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
The colors and the the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
There's
That's-
what? I'm
That's
sorry.
a big compliment.
What is there?
That is a compliment. I actually have been thinking about him a little bit. Maybe that's why.
Right.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Thinking of
Francis Bacon. Francis
Francis
Bacon.
Oh, yes, yes.
I saw an exhibition of his quite a while ago. I don't even remember where it was. It's somewhere in the city, and it really stuck with me. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, the blending of colors, I could see that, sure.
But it's a little spooky.
Yeah.
Which is why it's baconish.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is nice too.
Very nice.
Yes.
This is really interesting and fun, and
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
different
Yep.
marks and mark making and it all works. It all comes together.
Spooky.
Very nice.
And there's a lot of dimension in these that I think are really,
Mm.
really effective. Like so many layers.
Yes.
Really, really great.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Also acrylic ink.
yeah.
That's a beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice, Leslie.
This is really,
Sunset in the vineyards.
what?
Sunset in the vineyards.
Right.
Vineyard.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
I like this a lot. You know, this has a kind of a gravitas in a
Yeah.
way. The mood, you know, is really sits down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's super effective how Leslie is like starting bold and then getting lighter, you know, and then coming with some color. I think just that process is so successful.
But it's in the reverse, I think, isn't it?
No, Marie's correct.
Oh.
I'm
I'm writing that down. What time was I correct?
Marie, you're correct.
1 hour and 5
Very-
minutes.
You started with the bold in the foreground.
Yes.
I think it's super effective though.
Yeah,
I love it.
too. Yeah.
You know, Leslie, I want to just say this. You don't have to put too much, you know, whatever. You could take it for what it is. But, you know, you do a lot of experimentation, you're doing many, many different things. I think if you just focused on something like this, you know, what you're doing here, and just, you know, focus on this format,
Yeah.
you know, and just go further with it. I mean, I think this is beautiful. I think it's interesting. I think it's successful. I think it shows, you know, that you've had a lot of experience, you know, with these materials and just, you know, as an artist, let's say.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that there's a kind of, this feels like it comes from somewhere and it's going somewhere, as opposed to just a, you know, an impulsive or a, you know, just kind of having an interest in making things
Right.
and doing a one-off, you know.
Right.
I think this has a real, I don't know, a real ambiance, a real seriousness that I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that
like
resonates with me.
I like the ambiance too, but I have a little bit of feeling you could be sometimes a little bit more abstract and leave even more out.
Yeah.
You know, when I look all on this, on the horizon, you know, all that, these things, you know,
Yeah.
it becomes a little bit for me too. You know what I'm saying? I like this approach. The first thing, these black lines,
Yeah.
and then you do something, but then it becomes suddenly a little bit, for me, too literal.
But Hans,
Yes.
think of it, but
And that
Hans,
makes,
one
and I
moment.
think I like it if I would just see the sun, this black thing there, you know, and the red. And you know what I'm saying? It could be.
But Hans, think of it in terms of like Anselm Kiefer, who can be very literal, and his landscapes, you know, and I think in that kind of context, I think it works fine.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think it needs to be more abstract. I think that, in fact, you know, part of its literalism or, you know, recognizable, you know, things, I think work for it. I don't think that's
I don't.
You don't what?
I don't think that's true.
What's true? What is not true?
I think the bottom part of the painting is just phenomenal. But when it comes to that middle area, somehow the orange and it distracts from the beauty of the meaning of the whole thing.
Boy, I don't think so.
I think there's an answer somewhere in between those opinions.
Yeah.
Did you say the answer is blown in the wind or what?
Yes, I did. I actually did. That's exactly what I said. I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Mark. I so respect and appreciate everyone's opinion here, and it means a lot to me. It's super helpful, and I agree 100%. I'm really trying to, you know, yes, I have the printmaking, but I really am trying to stick with this process because I think it really,
You're good at it.
plays to my strengths and my experience.
Yes.
And I did like maybe 10 of these, and this was the one that I thought was successful. The others were whatever. And the first one. So after 10, I came out with 2 that were possible to show. And I do think somewhere in between what you're saying and Hans is saying is the answer.
Yeah.
I like the orange. I like the orange a lot in this. I think it's the things on the horizon that could be a little less.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I think there's an answer somewhere in between, and I 100% agree with you. And I have
Well, maybe it's
solo
the
show.
black under the orange.
That I don't mind either, but I have it could be, I don't know, but I have a solo show in September, and I have a lot of that I need a lot of work because it's a kind of a lot of space. So I'm really want to stick with this type of thing. I will be showing, the person who invited me wants me to show both the printmaking and this, so I'm trying to force anything, but we'll see what happens. But I'm really trying to focus on this kind of painting.
Good.
Okay, hold on.
And the answer is
Fasten your seatbelt.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Kiefer.
You know, I have to say Anselm Kiefer is one of my favorite artists. And what I love about him is when you see his big paintings in person up close, they look nothing like anything but abstraction. And when you stand back,
Yeah.
visual.
This is a watercolor, and it's small.
Yes.
This is a watercolor.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, that his watercolors are more, more figurative, more direct, less abstract. Still, the mark making is abstract.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, that kind of, depiction, it doesn't bother me. I mean,
But I have one thing. I mean, here you see that he writes something into the sky.
Yeah,
So
what is
for me, he's anyway more a conceptual painter
okay.
than a painter. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The whole thing is political, and everything.
That's political.
Oh.
German history and.
I was going to ask you what that was.
You know, Caspar Friedrich and so on. And you know what I'm saying? It's a whole German culture. And that's not in your case, Leslie. In your case, you are coming from just painter standpoint, And then and that's what that's then a little bit the difference.
Well, I'm not saying nobody's saying they're identical or the same person. I'm just saying that with regard to the manner of representation, I think you can use it all. It's all possible. And I think it works in this piece. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, these pieces are inspired by a specific experience.
Yeah.
I have to say that's really what adds to the literal part of it. But I do think there is a space in between the two that would work.
Yep. Totally. Totally.
I think it wouldn't be as interesting without the orange.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's what the orange is doing for me. It's not the orange itself.
There could be less on the horizon, less of the mark making on the horizon.
Actually, I love that. I
do too.
I love that.
For me,
of that. It's just perfect visually.
Hans, for you?
For me, it could be that this orange is not like in a romantic way applied. It could be just with a brush stroke, you go orange on top.
Yeah.
You understand? Abstract. Then you have, I think you are more radical in your prints in a way.
Yeah.
This thing. I'm just saying I have a feeling. I'm not saying it is like that. But I have a feeling that you are afraid of the radicalism which you could achieve here. That you always want to, that we have it's a landscape. It's, you know what I'm saying? Something sentimental approach, you know.
You know,
But
Hans,
That's what I feel, and that's what I.
Yeah, but you know what? I know, but look, if without that, then it becomes, and you're, you know, you're saying that the abstract elements somehow are more important or stronger or whatever, but then it just becomes an abstraction. It becomes an abstract painting. I don't think that's necessarily what it has to be, or what she necessarily wants it to be, is just a purely abstract painting. I think it can be something else.
So it's semi-abstract. It's not really abstract.
Right, semi-abstract.
What I want to say is, you know, I really feel like what you're both saying is super important, because I struggle. Hans is onto something in the fact that I struggle with freedom. I struggle with the freedom of my artistic expression.
Right.
It's always been a struggle for me. I'm working on it, but that being true, I still want it to not be totally abstract, because I wanted to express
Exactly
the vision that the experience I had. So somewhere in between there is what I want, and I haven't achieved it yet. But
Right.
I like a lot of qualities about this painting. So
just keep working, Leslie, as Phyllis
I hear
always
you.
says.
But I think that's a struggle that all of us have
Yeah.
encountered in one way or another. That's like a major thing.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
And I just, if I could just find that sweet spot a little bit before I leave the planet, I'll be happy.
Yeah. You would be, Leslie. You would be both.
Just keep going.
That sweet spot before you leave the planet. That's totally where I'm at right now.
That's the beauty of the process, I think, is that
That's
you
right.
actually have it in you, but you've got to discover what it is.
And I do think
the hard part.
it's a little easier with the print making, because that's just, I don't know, it's the amount of time I spent as a graphic designer and that just, you know, that just.
I think you can find it any place.
Yeah. Oh, well, from
Any
your
base.
mouth to my brain.
You know, the thing is, there's the pitfall. The pitfall is when people, or when we equate abstraction with freedom and liberation, because it's not necessary.
No, you're right. It's not necessarily, but
Right.
when I
There's something else. It's just a language. It's a language.
Yeah.
I agree, Mark. I agree. It doesn't have to be abstract to be free. It just, but it has to be, I don't know.
It has to be you.
Yeah.
You have to be you, and it has to come together.
Isn't that a song? You've got
it had to be you.
Yes.
On that note, on that literal note, musical note, we will say goodbye to our friends who have tuned in.
Thank you. Oh, do you want to see the black paper before
Yes, please. But can we?
Sure.
Which, by the way, I want Hans to know that this painting was inspired by the same landscape, even though it looks like an animal. So when you
interesting.
Well, take down this, and you'll see it.
Right. Yeah, we can then.
Oh, let me do that. Okay, I'll take this.
Can then maybe.
There we go. That's how.
Yeah. There it is.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Very
that
black.
looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, how black it is. It's really black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, it really changes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kudos, kids. Kudos.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, fellas.
everything.
Always.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you wonderful artists.
You know, I'm going to sign off.
So good.
Yes.
I'm going to sign off here. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this segment of our group discussion. We will see you next week.